Welcome to Brother Owl's Garden. I'm Brian, and I honor your presence here today. I'd like to talk with you today about changing bad habits, eliminating undesirable habits, whatever they are. We all have them, and we all struggle with them to some degree at some point in our lives, maybe all of our lives. There's a few points that I have found through my own personal experience that helped me immensely in changing my own bad habits. Number one is to envision who you are. And if you're not really sure, meditate on it. Get clear about who you are, what you believe in, what you stand for, and what reflects who you are in regards to your behavior and your activities. Clarify your understanding of who you are. Recognize then the negative or toxic or undesirable habit that you're focusing on is a misrepresentation of who you actually are. It's working against you. It isn't who you are. When you're doing it, you're violating the essence of your own nature by entertaining something that isn't of your own nature. So in other words, clarify who you are and set the terms for what reflects that and what is in harmony with that and what is out of harmony with that and what sullies that. And it's a way of perceiving these bad habits against the context of increased self-awareness and self-knowledge. Number two, you may have a certain habit, overeating, drinking alcohol, it doesn't matter, whatever the vice happens to be, and you say to yourself, you know what, by golly, I'm going to stop doing this for my kids. I'm going to stop doing this for my spouse. I'm going to stop doing this for insert any other person in that blank. Now, that's a good intention and it deserves, credit. However, it's actually missing the mark. The reason is because you need to do this for you. You need to do this for yourself. And then you are better able to love and serve and be present to those who you are concerned about who might be adversely affected by your bad habit. But you need to make it clear that you're doing this for you. Quick story. Had an old girlfriend. Ends up, after many years, we decided to get back together again. I had gained weight. I wasn't going to have that happen. So, I lost the weight that I wanted to lose because I said the whole time, my motivation was, I'm going to look my best for her. I'm going to do this for her. When she sees me again after all these years, I'm going to look better than I ever did for her. And for a few months, I did. And then, nope. Because I didn't do it for me. I did it for her. So I meant well, but I was off. I was still missing the mark. I didn't have the formula down, even though the intention was a good intention. I meant well. A couple of years later, I did the same thing again. I dealt with a health issue where I said, that's it, I'm not going to live this way anymore, and I'm going to turn my health around 180 degrees, and I'm going to do it for me, and I'm going to do it to the absolute highest potential of my own personal ability. I was 250% more successful, and it lasted for years. And I've never gone back. I'm not saying I've never slacked, because I have, but I've never gone back to the level that I was at when I started to change my ways for myself. Never gone back to that, and I never will, because that absolute, it's self-programming. I went back to the core of who am I, and is this in harmony with who I am? No, it is extremely out of harmony with who I am. And because that still resonates, even if not 100% as much as it did then, maybe it's still 75% impacted in my psyche, and it's still in effect today. I can only stray so far from who I know I am and what is harmonious with who I know I am. The third point is that you don't want to just fight a bad habit or battle against a bad habit. You want to replace it with a good one. So instead of, maybe you're slamming beers after work and you're concerned that you're becoming an alcoholic, well, instead replace it with something very much more healthy, lime juice seltzer or green smoothies or whatever it is. Don't just try to end one habit. Replace it. Imagine you've got one record on the old Victrola, and that record is scratchy and awful. That's your bad habit. You don't want to just try to smash that record into pieces. You want to take a healing frequency 432 megahertz record of healing frequency and put that on the record player and play that. So replace your negative habits with positive ones. Replace the ones that are a disservice to you with the ones that do a service for you. And the fourth point is that massive changes in your life and your habits and your behavior are made in a consistent process of small choices. A consistent process of small choices. Let's say that you're overweight and you want to lose weight and you're not happy with the quality of your diet and all of that. Before you reach for that thing and put it in your mouth, is this going to serve me? Is this good for me? Do I really need to eat that cookie? You know what? I'm feeling a little bit hungry. My habit was to grab that cookie. Not going to do it. I'm going to go over here and grab some veggies. I'm going to go over here and grab some fruits. So every single thing, every single time is a small decision made to serve you. Small, consistent, perpetual decision making is the key. And over time, all of a sudden, you'll reach a point after a few months where you'll look back and say, wow, I can actually measure my progress. Does that ring a bell? So I hope that this has helped you today, and I hope that you can focus on maybe one undesirable habit at a time. Apply this understanding to your process of changing your habits, and you will overcome them and find yourself meeting your goal and maybe even setting higher ones. Gradually pace yourself. Don't overdo it all at once. It takes at least 3 or 4 months to instill a new habit. So keep that in mind. Be gentle with yourself, but be firm and consistent. You can do it. You can do it. You have to believe that you can do it. And then let everybody else get on board with your enthusiasm. Don't look to other people to believe in you for you. You believe in you. Others will surround you with support. I bless you. I thank you for stopping by Brother Owl's Garden today. And always remember to abide in thankfulness for your highest good in the most benevolent outcome of the divine will.